Horizon Gens, welcome to CG Reaction, and this is top 10 4chan pranks featuring internet historian by the channel The Gamer from Mars. So yeah, 4chan pranks. That just word is just heavy. I didn't know who the 4chan was. I mean, I have heard about the forum 4chan website, but I didn't know how dangerous 4chan was before I started to react to internet historian videos. 4chan is scary, man, especially the capture the flag thing, how they went all scientific on it, just try to see cloud patterns, flight patterns, and see all these things, saw the sunrise and sunset and how much at the degree sun was, and pinpoint where the flag could be. That's just awesome. And not just that, they actually scaled the buildings and took down the flag, and it was just awesome. So yeah, 4chan is scary. Also the pools closed, that was awesome too. So lots of things 4chan is doing. They're just kind of people like bored, and if they see an opportunity to troll people, they go beyond next level into effort and everything. So this is awesome. This is a top 10. There are 10 apparently here, and that's part 5. So this is 50 that we know of at least. So yeah, let's watch this one. Remember people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction date. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast of the playlist like Internet Historian, Salmonella, SCP, CGP Grey, all the reaction I did. And yeah, let's watch this one.
I haven't made one of these 4chan prank videos in quite some time, mainly because last time I made one, YouTube blacklisted it from being recommended to people, but I really just don't care anymore, so I'm back again for part 5. And today I'm being helped by the Internet Historian. So let's get started with a new batch of 4chan pranks.
Fiverr has everything. Graphic design, voiceovers, website development, video editing, the list goes on. But by far, the most amusing thing you can do on the site is commission non-English speakers to say offensive things on camera. Such
what does India have to do with
the
this?
Downfall of Pinot Cut Enterprises. Really? Okay, well, Pinot Cut Enterprises would have young Indian children in a rural village read a brief message of your choosing.
What?
The proceeds went to furthering their education. Win-win. And of course, the people of 4chan have big hearts, so they want to show their support.
People at 4chan has big hearts, and they want to show their support. Oh no, this is all gonna go downhill from now. What is it? Jet fuel can't. Okay, that's A. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Boosted 90. Oh man, I was reading the sentence was that jet fuel can't melt steel beams. I'm like, oh wait a minute, and then boosted 90. Oh, that's what he's talking about.
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
While many of the people on Fiverr will turn down
Boosted
these kinds
90.
of gigs, Pinot Enterprises likely didn't quite understand the meaning of what was being read.
Is a mistake.
Unfortunately, the fun ended when Fiverr took down their page for
that's
breaching
so
terms
good.
of service. By the way, I heard these kids all died like a week before graduation. Good job, Fiverr.
There are few
No, they
things
didn't.
that Tumblr loves more than Steven Universe.
Man, I don't know. Look, 4chan is scary, but so far, every time I hear the stories about 4chan, they're just all awesome. I don't remember hearing a story where I was pissed off at what 4chan did. They're always awesome. They troll people. I love how they go to the news channel or whatever interviews, and they say we just went there to troll. That was what our goal was. Just to trigger people. That was just awesome. Post 9/11.
The animated Cartoon Network show has resonated more with certain groups of adults rather than children. With its unique comedy style, diverse cast of characters, and progressive themes, it should be no surprise why Tumblr enjoys it. Of course, some
Tumblr.
people over at 4chan
Oh yeah, Tumblr, all the progressives. I know what 4chan going to do here.
saw this appreciation for the show as
Draw
easily
swastikas or
exploitable
something,
to
who
get a
knows?
rise out of fans, so they started to come up with ideas. What they settled on was to make fan art for the show that would trigger the biggest outcry, and that would be by whitewashing the cast. It may be impossible to offend 4chan, but the opposite can be said about Tumblr users. By taking this diverse show and turning all the characters white to the fan art, they hoped it would cause a great deal of distress from the site as a whole, and it worked perfectly. 4chan went all out, going as far to make the black cookie cat yellow, and soon after, Tumblr users started to freak out at their favorite characters from underrepresented groups being turned white. This is so offensive. White ginger Stevani? Stevani is agender and brown. Brown, brown, brown with thick curly black hair. This isn't a creative interpretation.
It literally says brown, brown, brown. Oh my god, you can see the anger. Oh, I hate this. I hate anybody who gets this, offensive over stupid shit. I mean, the minority groups don't care as much as you do. Just chill the fuck out. Lots of time anybody makes a, black guy joke, black guys laugh. Lots of just, the white people are like, oh, I'm so offended. Shut the fuck up, man. You're offended.
It is an artistic license, it's whitewashing, it's racist, and there is no room for it in the Steven Universe fandom. At the end of the day, they were able to upset a decent chunk of Steven Universe fans, allowing them to have a sensible chuckle.
Starbucks is the largest coffee chain in the world, with over 25,000 outlets. And although they're slowly going out of business in Australia, they've decided to focus on more important things, like mouthing off about politics. In response, the users of Poll suggested a little PR campaign to help them on their quest for virtue. So Undocumented Immigrant Day was announced. Free or discounted coffee.
Yeah, why is Starbucks doing that? There was a year ago or something, there was an incident where Starbucks tried to do something political, it backlashed really badly. What was that? I don't even remember. Something related to, yeah. So then the owner of the Starbucks came out and said, some apologize, like we shouldn't have done that, or that. It's just like, putting your head inside a lion's mouth or something. They didn't need to do that. They just created all this issue for what? I don't remember what the event actually was. It was a year ago, I think.
For all illegals on a certain date. Everyone else liked that idea, so the border-free coffee hashtag was started with a legitimate-looking promo. It was a great success, and Starbucks had to put out an official statement calling out the hoax. But that wasn't the end of messing with Starbucks. Oh no. Things escalated in 2018 when two black men were arrested in one of their Seattle chains, causing many to accuse the company of racism. 4chan saw this as a chance to create more chaos. They started a new fake Starbucks ad that claimed that the company would now give black people unlimited free coffee as a form of reparations for slavery. Alright boys, fire up the Twitter cannons. Let's get this trending. With that, they went to work spreading around the fake coupons. One guy, Hotep Jesus, knew it was fake but tried it out anyway and filmed the whole thing.
About to get my free coffee.
All right, I heard y'all was racist, so I came to get my free coffee.
The way he said, oh yeah, I heard you all racist. That's so good, man.
All right, I heard y'all was racist, so I came to get my free coffee.
I saw that.
Yeah, I heard you guys don't like black people, so I wanted to get my Starbucks reparations voucher. This is justice. This is what I'm talking about. What's your name? I appreciate you. Amanda, you are great.
Last day here until the fall.
Is it? You're amazing.
In previous 4chan pranks
She
videos,
actually
I've
gave him.
talked about how they
That's
trick
awesome.
people into microwaving, drenching, and drilling
Oh, yeah.
their $1,000 Apple iPhones. Believe it or not, though,
Yeah, I saw that, international video about this, and I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong with you people? Somebody also commented, like, all the technology coming out, why wouldn't one person be fooled by thinking the microwave can charge a phone? Yeah, that doesn't work. All the technology is coming out, but microwave can charge your phone. That never works. How do you even think that? What that phone's supposed to convert microwaves into electric and store into the battery? Well, you can't microwave a phone. Come on, man.
there's more. In early 2016, a 4chaner realized that the new iPhone had a bug in it where if you set the operating system to a specific date, it could brick the phone. With that in mind, they came up with a convincing ad to trick people into doing it. Blast from the past. The original Macintosh introduced the world to computers, forever changing the way people experience technology, and allowing people to do things that were never possible before. With this Easter egg, warp back in time with a class Macintosh theme to relive the magic on your iPhone. Change the date on your iPhone to January 1, 1970, press and hold the power button to reboot your device, and prepare for a wild ride. There's no way of knowing how many people destroyed their iPhones doing this, but eventually Apple felt the need to come forward and let people know that they were going to fix this bug with the next update. It's unknown what 4chan is going to try to do next to trick Apple users.
A dog whistle is when you
I mean, destroyed fun is a bit strong. Wouldn't they just go to who are those people? What they are called, the Apple service center people, wizards. What the hell they are called? I don't know. I never bought an Apple in my life, so I don't know about that. But wouldn't they just go to them like, yeah, fix my phone, man? This is stupid.
say something, a particular word or phrase, so that a specific segment of
Geniuses,
the audience
yeah.
understands an implicit meaning that the rest of the audience might not. But the thing about dog whistles is they can also be ambiguous, and a few too many news outlets are calling them out where they don't actually exist. 4chan saw the policing of speech ramping up and sought to see whether they could make these publications report on ever more ridiculous non-whistles. To start, they proclaimed that the OK sign and emoji actually signaled white power. Coincidentally,
Wait a minute. 4chan started this? This means, white power, W and P. 4chan started that? What the hell, man? Man, that goes around even today. People loses their job because some photo of them doing this gets caught or something.
the OK makes a W and a P. Well, that's all the evidence a journalist needs. Everyone from Barack Obama to Eddie Murphy was accused of saluting white power. This also ventured into the peace sign, standing for only two genders, and a number of others.
Eddie Murphy, really? Eddie Murphy was saluting white power. Have you seen? Can you see Eddie Murphy how black he is? How the hell does that even work? I mean, people and their quest for finding justice for minorities, even though minorities don't even care that much at that level, and their quest to get justice for them blinds them so badly they don't even realize how stupid they sound, man.
Spin-offs. Eventually, the Anti-Defamation League stepped in to explain that it was all a hoax, but some journalists dug their heels in and refused to believe it was just a prank, bro.
The 50 Million Names project was started by...
It's still going on today. There was just a news about a few days ago, I think. Was it just a few days ago, a Hispanic guy lost his job because he was doing something like this. I don't know, he was, probably was just flicking something. But yeah, he did that. Somebody caught a photo of that and it's like he was saluting white power. Hispanic guy. He lost his job. Like, really, man?
fetal rights advocates that were strongly against the termination of unborn fetuses. Their website described themselves as a grassroots campaign to collect names for the now more than 50 million children aborted in our country. The concept was that people could fill in names of these unborn children so that they could be listed on their website as well as posted on their Twitter account automatically by a bot. This was all in hopes of bringing attention to their cause. That is, until 4chan became involved. When one user found out about the site, he immediately posted how easy it would be to abuse the system, and many others agreed that they should start submitting interesting names. It started out on the simple side with them entering song lyrics like "Never Gonna Give You Up" as being names of children. This was only the start because they quickly discovered that since the bot would tweet out any name they wrote, they could direct their message at different companies by using their handle. Because of this, one person decided to submit the baby name, "At American Airlines, I'm going to blow up a plane if I don't get $50,000 cash." Not understanding it was a bot, American Airlines took the message very seriously and reported it to their security. After many attempts to control these trolls, the pro-life advocates gave up and closed down the project altogether. Interestingly enough,
Yeah, that's what happens when you have something as internet. Most people don't even understand how it works or how you can make it work. And people who are expert at how internet works and details of it forms a group at a forum and try to do things like this. Doesn't matter how big of a company you are, you're gonna get screwed. That's what 4chan is. I mean, people like, oh, is that a bot or is that a real threat? I'm like, come on, man. that song, man, Never Gonna Give You Up. Did 4chan start to do meme about that too? Because that's a real meme, isn't it? People just start to, even John Oliver started doing that. Just start that video.
Many people that are usually against 4chan pranks supported them on this one because they were messing with a group that they didn't politically agree with. Take from that what you will.
Listen, here are the acceptable flavors of potato chip. Salt and vinegar, barbecue, nacho, ready salted. That's it. Everything else is a heresy. But Lay's is one of those companies that just can't leave well enough alone. Operating since 1932, they're constantly trying to come up with the new hit flavor. Short on ideas, in 2014, they decided to create an online contest where people could submit their own flavor suggestions to the company. Predictably, 4chan got involved, and they have quite an eclectic palette. Toothpaste and orange juice, sour milk,
Lay's is good. You know, we have Lay's here. I eat something called American cheese or something like that. There's a flavor. I don't remember the name of it. I haven't eaten that in years, but I used to when I was a kid. For past 4 or 5 years, I stopped all the junk food and things. But yeah, there was American cheese or something like that flavor. That was just great.
Horse meat, flesh, half a virgin, deliciously small Vietnamese kid. You're adopted. An actual frog. Doritos flavor. The Krabby Patty.
I can't get. You can't. Delicious for Vietnamese kid. What the fuck?
Kid. You're adopted. An actual frog. Doritos flavor. The Krabby Patty formula. Unsalted whole unpeeled potato. Gas station sushi. Hot ham water. It should go without saying that none of these were accepted.
One of the greatest mysteries in the last few years is
You know what would have been awesome if Lay's would have accepted one of them. The one was one of them who's not that toxic but just toxic enough. They would have accepted and made it just as a joke. That would have been so awesome.
the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370.
Yeah.
The plane was scheduled to fly from Malaysia to its destination, Beijing, China, but somewhere along the way it vanished with no one knowing what happened. This turned into a huge search effort with news stations covering it 24/7. But as weeks passed on without answers, many started to theorize what happened, with it quickly turning into a full-out conspiracy. This led many to see an opportunity to troll, including many on 4chan. The most popular of these made-up stories was of Philip.
I saw the Laminos video on this. That was just awesome. The whole video was awesome. And yeah, it makes sense. It probably fell into the Indian Ocean, I think.
Wood, who was on the plane before it was hijacked by the United States government. While they confiscated all the other passengers' phones before landing at a secret base, he stuck his phone up his rectum so they couldn't find it. Once they landed, he left one last message to expose what really happened. This story was 100% fake if you couldn't figure that out already, but it didn't stop many on 4chan to spread it around, hoping it would catch on with the types that fall for any conspiracy they hear. And this plan did work out, with the story being sent across the world. To this very day, we still don't know what happened on that flight, but what I can say for sure is that Philip Wood had nothing to do with it.
A few years ago, the French Girls app was taking
Is 4chan's goal is obviously, /poll. They're just politically, they just go after, politically incorrect and people like that who just get offended. I understand that. But are there just goal to just troll people, just have fun regardless of what it is? I mean, so far, I've seen story that could be annoying, but still funny in the end. There are some people saying that they help catch some ISIS or Taliban terrorist people, so that's good. But are there some really horrible stories about 4chan, like they did something was way too bad? Because, I don't know, man.
the internet by storm. It allowed people to take a selfie of themselves, which would then be sent to artists around the world for them to draw a portrait based on the photograph. It was a simple enough premise that gained some traction and publicity. Naturally, 4chan saw it as an easy target for some trolling. They told others to download the app and get to work. The best were uploaded onto the threads. The app lost popularity shortly after a few 4chan raids, but it's unclear if this actually helped with the downfall or people were just naturally losing interest.
Since the site's inception, 4chan has been ramping up how elaborate they're willing to go with their trolling. But up until 2015, they thought pretty small by simply overriding internet contests and pranking people they didn't like. That was until Donald Trump announced he was running for president.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
With over-the-top statements, a bombastic personality, and readiness to mock and offend anyone he didn't like, Trump seemed like the perfect fit for an endorsement by 4chan. Up until this point, the site's users weren't really known to support politicians, but this all was about to change. Beginning in the early days of his campaign, many on 4chan started to show their support and helped him in the best way they could.
Yeah, I mean, Trump is the prime candidate for this, isn't it? He doesn't care about what people think, and yeah, whatever. He's toxic lots of times. He doesn't care about offending people. But I think there's more to this, him being, politically, being all PC and not being PC. That's just one part of it. I mean, you have to see if a person can be a president or not. I mean, people can have their view, but Donald Trump, since he came to office, didn't do jack shit. I mean, he didn't have any political experience. I mean, people like, he saw outside is going to be good. But yeah, you at least need to know how things work at basic level. He didn't know anything. He just filled in people, most people who didn't even know what they were doing in the first place.
Creating memes. Whether it was to bash his opponents or make him look good, they start to effectively court young and old voters alike onto the Trump train. Donald Trump and his son Donald Trump Jr. embraced the memes, and it made sense considering his support kept on growing throughout the primary. When he went on to the general election, his opponent Hillary Clinton actually had to pay people to run accounts online that supported her, a service that 4chan had provided Trump for free. As the months went by, the politically incorrect board didn't give up the fight. Then on election night, they discovered their pick won.
This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States, winning the most unreal, surreal election we have ever seen.
Some may say I'm over-exaggerating by claiming 4chan made Donald Trump president, and you know what? You're probably right. But when almost every single traditionally respected newspaper in America backed Hillary for the election, and Trump still won, I have trouble believing that they didn't help at all. So there you have my picks for another 10.
Yeah, okay. It's proof that, Russia interfered into the US election. Now, when they say Russia interfered, do they mean that there are some Russian people who are part of 4chan who interfere? Was that 4chan all along who just, promoted Donald Trump into Facebook and all the social media site that, promoted all the, things like Hillary's a devil or something like that? There was images and memes of floating around. But they're all 4chan, because if that's the case, I'm even more scared of 4chan now. They have extraordinary power, man. If they're literally manipulated 2016 election, I mean, that's just holy shit. What else can they do? That's just scary, man. This was awesome, man. All these stories were awesome. I was hoping to see some stories about, somebody said about some, they helped catch some terrorist or something. That would have been here, but it's not here. But yeah, I'm gonna react to a video where that's the case. What I'm thinking is, so far 4chan is just trolling people. It's just fun. Some of the instances, like people said that they actually helped terrorists get caught. But other instances where they did really bad thing, that was really bad regardless of who person is seeing it. I mean, regardless of your political affiliation, that was just plain out bad. They did something like that, because that would be heavy, man. Alright, that was top 10 4chan pranks part 5 featuring internet historian. Alright people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction, there's a link in the description. Check out the cast, all the playlist, check out the end cards, and yeah, I'll see you next time.